All right. I'm sorry it took a little bit longer than I expected. A little bit longer than I expected. The system wasn't supposed to work like that. I'm just saying. It was supposed to be a smooth transition. Because what I wanted to do is I wanted to cut the stream off because the first part of the stream is going to be on there. That's the introduction, that's the advertising. Right? Boom. We going stream. The advertisement is up. I got it up. Right? Boom. Now, I'm doing the stream over here because after we get done with this, we're gonna post it up. This is just for the live show. I didn't take all of my vitamins today, so I need to take the rest of my vitamins. But before we get started, I want to go on and because like I said, I got to stay fresh with the Gye-Nyame gear, because if you don't represent your culture, you know what I'm saying? That's your fault. As y'all seen, I got the Gye-Nyame t-shirt. I got the Gye-Nyame long shirt. It's cold it's cold down here in the Black Cave right now. Put that on. Okay. Got my Coochie Born shirt. But I said, I gotta stay fresh with my supplies. So I wanted to make sure, as we move into fall next year, we got it fresh for Ujima. We got it fresh for Imani. Oh, yes, y'all. We got it fresh for Ujima. We got it fresh for Kuumba. Let me see, what days am I missing? Oh, yeah. We got it fresh for Cootie Chagalia, depending on how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Got it fresh for Umoja. Got it fresh for Nia. Yes, indeed. Okay, cool. They sent me a $5. Okay. All right, cool. And I got it fresh once again for Coochie Chagalia. I had to get two for Coochie Chagalia because I am a coochie baby. You know what I'm saying? Got all these. For those that are interested and want to keep up with us over at Gye-Nyame Journey and be like, hey man, how do I get the fresh gear? How do I represent Gye-Nyame Journey? How do I support? I don't want to be a monthly supporter, but I will get a nice t-shirt. I like how those t-shirts look. All right. If you go to the G&J.media up on top of the page, you got shop, or you can click tribe and go inside. But the other way that you could do it, I'm going to go inside. Matter of fact, I'm going to show y'all. Let me walk y'all through this real quick. Put these up here. I need to rebag them real quick. Because, because we moving into the hot summertime. I got to get some more t-shirts. I got a few t-shirts. I got a few new t-shirts. I didn't show y'all those. I don't have one for Coogee. I got old t-shirts for Coogee. But, I'm going to give me some fresh new t-shirts. I gotta balance out the money because we spent a lot of dough for the Juneteenth, and it was worth it. Family, y'all, the whole family got to eat, and we got to give our stuff back to the community. But let me go inside Tribe so I could go and make sure that y'all get what y'all need. But I'm gonna show y'all real quick. They still saying my chat is offline, which makes absolutely no sense. Come on, warm up. It's like an old car sometimes. Still saying chat is offline. Am I streaming? Say I'm streaming. All right, let me refresh. Oh, there you go. Chat just jumped up. So let's go. All right. Now check this out. It's real easy. Just follow along. It's GNJ. No, my fault. Merch. merch.gnj.media. The teacher should have never told me what he told me. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, but let's go. I'm gonna share. Let me share my screen with y'all. Alright, so I'm gonna come up out of here. We're gonna make it easy. We're gonna take the tribe off. So I can get to what some of y'all are, because I know sometimes y'all get confused. I want to make sure that y'all understand. All right, before I go into the rant. So this is the screen that you come up on, right? Whether you're on your cell phone or whether you are on your computer. Now, if you have not signed up for the email list, go and just sign up for the email list. But it's not necessary for you to watch the show, okay? But you go and put your email and click follow. Then you get a daily email letting you know when we go live, so you don't have to watch and wait for the commercial and stuff, because when I send that out, usually I am live. I kind of jumped the gun today. All right. But if you're on this page and you want to go to the shop, you go boom. Take you straight to Gye-Nyame Journey Media, where you go and see all the products that we have available. Even though it's spinning kind of slow right now, it's moving very, very slow. You know what I'm saying? You come over and you can support Gye-Nyame Journey. You know, we got the shirts, we got everything else. But, you know, like I said, you don't feel like waiting. So you say, all right, cool. I'm going to just open up another window. I'm going to type in the letters G, N. No, my fault. I'm going to go merch. .gnj.media. Merch. Boom. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's moving slow too. Everybody move. Oh, but it moved a little bit faster and it got us right there. You got all the merch. So you go right here and be like, okay, show more. So now you get all of the daily toasters. All the daily toaster stuff. Boom, you get cups, you got book bags. Well, I ain't even showing you on my book bag. I do got a book bag. All right. Then you move into the Kwanzaa 365. Daily Toaster move into Kwanzaa 365. That's a nice hat, but it ain't available. Dang, I was gonna get that hat. All right. Then you got the Emoji Born. You got some of the Daily Toaster. You got some of the Gye-Nyame stuff. You go through and you get that stuff. All right. So I just wanted to make sure y'all knew how to get there. So you go merch.gnj.media, or you could just go straight to the thing. And it's still spinning. You know what I'm saying? I wonder if we was to go down here and show more, what would happen. Oh, okay, cool. I gotta go to show more, and it popped up. Okay, cool. All right, so now let's go back where it's still spinning. It's still spinning. Sometimes you gotta play with these computers because they be, they're kind of slow. That it is what it is. All right, so we done did that. All right, so that we don't have to. Boom, there we go. So we don't have to go back to the song, and then also I can push my other camera that y'all can see. See the coochie. I'm a coochie, baby. It's Coochie Chagalia. We want to give all of the Coochie Chagalia babies a round of applause. Shouts out to the Coochie babies. All right. So, rant for the day. But anyway, I need to remind you that you are now standing in the congregation of the mighty, the home of the stubborn minority, the place where your hustle builds muscle. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. I am your host, Brother High Tim. And of course, this is the Daily Toast, Coochie Toast to be exact. And of course, this is a Heart of a Simba production. Will we strive to blow up your old paradigms? Getting my mind right. So last night I was running, and I wanted to come back and do a show, and I sat down in my chair. I sat down in the chair, this chair that y'all see me in right now. I sat down in the chair. Yes, I did. I sat down in the chair. And I was going to do a podcast. I was going to do a special stream just for the supporters. And nothing came out. I woke up early yesterday, full of energy. And I decided to take a run. So I got up early in the morning. I took an early morning run. So I was out maybe like 4 o'clock. I did maybe 2 miles. Got to the crib, got ready. That's once again, I thought I would be able to do a few other things, but I'm not able. I didn't have the time. I said, okay, cool. So I go to the adventure. I get done with the adventure, and me and my girls want to go swimming. I'm trying to learn how to swim. So we jog to the pool, which is close to 2.5, 3 miles away. So I jog, the girls ride their bikes, I run up to the pool, jump in, and you know, they got specific rules at the pool. So it's like for the laps, you know what I'm saying, only 2 people per lane. So a guy was sitting in the lane I like to get in, the safest lane, because it's close to the wall, because I'm still learning how to swim. Because at the deep end is about 13 feet. Like, drowning is not a good way to go out. You know what I'm saying? Drowning is not a good way for Brother Hot Tim to go out. Well, anyway, so the guy looked at me, and he been, you know, watching me for the last couple of days. When I come in, and he said, listen. Oh, he just a little bit older than me. He said, listen, man, there is no shame in getting a floating device. If you learning how to swim, there's no shame in getting a floating device. So I go get me a floating device, put it around my waist, and I'm able to swim across the pool. So I'm working my legs, I'm working my arms, and I'm able to do a couple of laps. I'm like, all right, cool. I dig that. That makes sense. So I had to tell him, man, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like sometimes, you know what I'm saying, your ego get in the way. So on Facebook, we are advertising for the show on G&J. It's all good. I'm aware. Exactly. So let me explain that real quick for those that don't understand. I start the stream on all of our platforms, because what happens is that a signal goes out to everybody that is registered to Gye-Nyame Journey Media. It shows up on our Facebook page, it shows up on our YouTube page, it shows up on our Twitch page, and it shows that we streaming. And then I could go and tap stuff in, or I could put up a sign that says streaming only on Gye-Nyame.media, and I could come in and I could say, listen, family, we're about to go over to Gye-Nyame.media. Go and make sure you join us. There it go, right there on the screen. Pops up on the screen, Gye-Nyame.media. Come on over to my house. Come over to our house, right? So, you know, that's what that's about, Kwame. So don't be confused. Why do we come on Facebook before we come on? And then also what I try to do also is, because when I start streaming there, because the majority of the people that do kind of tune in, I ain't gonna say the majority, let's just say there's a segment of the people who don't tune in to either they see us post up on our Facebook or I send them a direct email. So what I do is I won't start the stream on Gye-Nyame.media until we are official, right? So now, because what happens is also, I go back in, I cut the video, and then I rebroadcast it, or allow it to be broadcast over on the other platforms later on in the day. So we only do the live show here, but our other stuff, when it's old and after, you know, this is where the fresh content is. This is where you get the fresh content. You understand, Kwame? The spur of the moment. You get the actual conversation right here on Gye-Nyame.media. You know what I'm saying? So when people are watching this later, they're going to see me and your interaction. All right? Now, bring it around to what I wanted to talk about. So, you know what I'm saying? I was kind of ashamed to get a floating device. But I thought about it, and I said, well, damn, don't let your pride get you out here and get you messed up. You can go and get your stroke together, and still be able to work out your whole body with this little floating device. So they got these little things you put around your waist. You get in and you go boom, 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 and it stop you from drowning. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? But you still have to move your body weight through the water, right? You still have to get the rhythm to get it right. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I'm still trying to figure out how people. I done seen people do like 15 laps. I'm sitting up there like, damn, no floating device or nothing. I said, that's where I'm gonna be. I want to be able to swim a mile. You know what I'm saying? Total body workout. But anyway, so while I was running, some of the issues that I've been dealing with in my life, especially when I was younger, and then a lot of stuff that I started noticing in a lot of organizations, especially organizations run by my people, or organizations where my people are involved. We, in our culture, and like I said, I mean, of course, people are gonna disagree because a lot of this stuff. And please let me say this: the stuff you hearing is the opinions of Brother Hatim, and not necessarily the opinions of G&J Media as a whole, because we have a bunch of thinking people. You know what I'm saying? We have warrior philosophers. We got nation builder philosophers. We got elder philosophers in Gye-Nyame journey. And Brother Hatim is only one of those. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of the most vocal. Shit, I'm one of those. And we have a very long legacy. We have made, like I said, one of the reasons our symbol is the Phoenix, because we have made many transformations. Went from secret society to MAC, you know what I'm saying, to Underground Railroad, to a mixture between Underground Railroad and Bloody Fifth Dynasty, to Gye-Nyame Nation Builders Club, to Gye-Nyame Tribe, now with Gye-Nyame, now with Gye-Nyame Journey. Many transitions, but everybody that came through the process still understands and still speaks to me. I just got a call from a brother that was one of the leaders during when we did MAC on campus yesterday. It kind of made me think about what I was thinking about. So while I'm running, you get a lot of these thoughts that pop up on your head. Well, let me do it. Let me speak for myself. I get a lot of thoughts while I'm jogging, while I'm running, because you know it's like I have to convince myself to take one more step. That shit is it could be very painful. You understand what I'm saying? Very tiring, and it's like, yo, you know, I can just one more step, just one more step, just one more step. Come on, you can do it. Come on. So like, all right, cool. Think about something. And one of the things that I thought about was, if you look at our history, we come from a history of mastery. I'll have to talk about this on Gye-Nyame. We come from a culture of mastery. Masters were held in high esteem. You know what I'm saying? Mastery or master is where you want to be. Now I know there's a negative connotation that comes with that word because of the issue that we had here in America. But a master was somebody that basically became very intimate with what they did. And what do you mean by intimate? Right? It means that if I were a builder, I was very intimate with that trade. I knew the ins and outs of it. I had taken it to such a level that I not only could get out and actually build something, but I could use the lessons from building to help people master or help people overcome other issues in their life. So building, me using my hands to build, translate into me having wisdom in my life, because the process that I use to build, I seen the connection between the process with me using my hands to build. That I see the connection between the process and life and other issues. So it's a very interesting thing when you drop masters in the room. You have very few arguments, if any. You know what I'm saying? All of them can use the area that they are an expert in and get a grasp of what the other masters are talking about. You You understand what I'm saying? So we come from culture that encourage or push people towards mastery. Brother Kwame said, I know my expertise so well that I can apply my expertise to mostly all around me. And that is mastery. That's a different idea than professional. You understand what I'm saying? See, a professional, in most cases, is about the money. Mastery is that you was brought up in it and you was thrown a lure, and that lure brought you in. And in effect, in essence, you became intimate with your trade. You became intimate with your science. You became intimate with the thing that you did. I know a lot of people like, intimate, what do you mean? Yeah, you develop a full-fledged relationship. I have a full-fledged relationship with Tribe Building Nation. You know what I'm saying? I freak her every time I get an opportunity. Right? I love on her. That's my love. You understand what I'm saying? It's a science to me. It's what I do. It's what I wrap my mind around. And I'm always thinking about it. And I was lured into it. Didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? Didn't even know. Got lured into it because I was already doing it, but then somebody helped me define what it was. You know what I'm saying? As Greg Carr said, I ran into some Negroes over on Livingston Avenue and got tricked into the lifestyle and shit. I got lured in. And I can't get out. But I'm so in love with her. I am so in love with it. And there's a difference between a professional and a master. And we come from a culture that loved mastery, that encouraged mastery. And we were able to elevate to the levels we were because we encouraged mastery. Brother Kwame said professionals can profess their expertise without little to show for it. They are declared masters by others than themselves. A master is declared a master by others than themselves. Anybody can say I'm a professional. But there's very few people. You probably never hear the term master come out. Somebody, you just know. People just know about you. I mean, they can look at you and know you're a professional. You know, I'm a professional at what I do. I get paid. Professional just means you get paid for what you do. So you ain't have to be good. Many of us done had many a professional do something for us in our lives that it was their profession to do. It's a difference when a professional do a job and a master do a job. It's a difference between a professional artist and a master artist. It's a difference between a professional poet and a master poet. It's a difference between a professional bricklayer and a master bricklayer. Just the little subtle things that you learn because you got intimate with something. Now, I know y'all like, Brother Hatem, bring it home, man. Goddamn, we understand. You know what I'm saying? You get freaky with your trades and stuff like that, Brother Hatem. You know what I'm saying? Because really when it comes down to it, sex is a perfect metaphor for every goddamn thing in life. I'm just saying. You know, a lot of y'all can't stand that. Y'all don't like that, and I understand. But sex, for me, is a perfect metaphor for everything because and sex and mastery go hand in hand. This is what I mean. You become intimate with the other thing, you know. And I know, but hey, I'm a Pisces. I got a little freak in me, so you know. I'm just saying. Let me bring it on home. Slide in safely, Brother Hatem. Bring it home, brother. All right. So I've noticed that in black organizations and black businesses run by us, black organizations. Let me just keep it at that. Because I know very little about stuff outside of, because I've been blessed pretty much my whole life. Not my whole, but pretty much my whole life. I've been blessed to be able to work specifically with others. That's crazy. That's crazy. In some form of fashion, in damn near every job except one I done had, my fault, I have always worked with us, and in some cases for us. But in all of my jobs, well, I don't even call them jobs, in all of my adventures, except my fault, except two, I can't even count one because it wasn't, I guess it was an adventure. So, and that's the one I got paid the most for. But anyway, all but two of them, I have been under the direct tutelage or protection of us. But every last one of them, I got to a position because I was good with us. You understand what I'm saying? I use mad people behind the veil. There you go. I am a ever expanding student of life and the application of our African civil wisdom. Word, Kwame. Couldn't have been said better unless it was by the black. Oh, you are the black girl. My fault. Had to take 15 pills of Sunny Gorilla. Sorry, excuse me. Back to my point. In our organizations and in our businesses, and let me preface it with this. In college, at Ohio State, there was a professor by the name, I think his name was Dr. Gook, Professor Gook. And he had a class on black economics. And everybody, I ain't gonna say everybody, but the circle that I ran into, they will always say, if you want an easy A, just go to Professor Gook's class. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I made it through. Then it was coming to the final years from the graduate. So I said, let me go and check out Dr. Gook's class. And I went to Dr. Gook's class. And people was clowning in the class. Somebody had said this might be their second or third class with them, and it was easy. You know what I'm saying? And, talking about they were working, blah, blah, blah. And Professor Gook came in. And, I didn't get an A. Because I took the shit, and this shit is crazy, I took the shit seriously. Because I was listening to him. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to just skirt through. Because he said one thing that stuck with me. He said most black businesses fail because the owner tries to do everything. The owner needs to just master being an owner and start learning how to manage other people, or at least get other people that know how to do different things. And after he said that, I was like, shit, y'all making fun of this man and how he talk and shit like that. This motherfucker's dropping gems, and he dropped gems whenever he spoke, he was dropping gems. And I got people that's about to be professional football players not paying attention. I got people that's talking about they gonna come out and start business, not paying attention. And this man, who was literally a master of his craft, was sitting there dropping jewels and nobody caught him. And that one piece has always stuck with me. He said, black businesses fail because the owner tries to do everything. When in fact, they would say they are giving up their most valuable commodity, and that's time. Damn, and if the time thing I couldn't get with it at that point in time, I was too mature. It's about money. It was true. You know what I'm saying? And basically, like Kwame said, he was casting pearls for swine. And that thought stuck with me. And as I get older, I started noticing some of the stuff that he was saying. Because in organizations I would get into, and in organizations that I would work with that was us, not only would the owner be trying to do multiple tasks, but then the owner or the manager of the business or the organization would try to get you to do multiple tasks. What does that have to do with mastery, Brother Hatil? Mastery usually means that an individual comes in and they are able to do one thing very well. Now, what does that allow? That allows for a person to perfect their skills at one thing and be able to earn for the company in that one thing enough to help the company be able to finance the other shit that might be falling to the side. But we get organizations, we get involved with stuff, and we want to do multiple things. Not only do multiple things, we want to do multiple things with multiple people and in multiple organizations, causing total confusion, which causes everything to either work half-assedly or to totally collapse. There is a focus, there is a mastery issue with us. We want to be professionals. We're not looking for mastery. We want to be professionals. You know why? Because professionals get paid. That's it. We want the bag. That's part of the language. That's part of the lingo. We want the bag. We don't want mastery. We don't want it. I just want the bag. I don't want to sacrifice. See, in the African openness of the tree of life, the proverb that caught my eye, this is my all-time favorite book. Let me make sure you see it. African openness of the tree of life. I got 10 of them coming, Terahasa. I got 10 of them coming, because they ain't printing these no more. I want my 10 books. I know you be sneaking in and listening. The ancestors gonna make sure you hear this. I want my 10 books. Speaking of Terahasa, just a sidebar. Terahasa dropped yesterday. Years ago, me and her put together some CDs. Like some of y'all heard my self-mastery. So we put together self-mastery series. She dropped on me yesterday. Self-mastery. 7 universal laws of self-mastery. That shit is coming up on Gye-Nyame Journeys. I'm gonna make it available. It's audible. It's audio because we went to the studio. I had Kid. Shouts out to Kid Magic. Me and Kid Magic developed a relationship. And any time that I want to go there, like the drink song and all this, Kid Magic like, come on in and do it. And that, you know what I'm saying? That's that whole relationship building thing. That's that whole tribe building thing, right? Which we're gonna talk about in our 21-week course. You know what I'm saying? Because you need to really learn how to deal with people. But anyway, so we would go to Kid Magic Studio and we would lay down these tracks. Terahasa took hers and had them stashed. We're about to release them. It's all audible. What I gotta do is go through and put some cause I'm gonna turn it into a video, put little stuff on there so that you can have pictures and stuff. And if you just want to listen to it, you can listen to it as well. But I'm gonna make it available. Now, those of you who are G&J Media supporters or in Gye-Nyame Tribe, of course, I will make it possible for you to have access to it. But outside of that, those supporters, of course, you get it. Like I said, everything that's up on Gye-Nyame Journey automatically is added to your library. You just got to figure out. We got to teach you how to get to your library. All the stuff up there. All the books that I did, everything. I mean, even the ones that you see the commercials for, you don't have to buy because you are a support member. And part of your support membership is that you get access to all the stuff that we put out. Except for this 21-week course, you're going to get a nice discount. But anyway. So she's dropping that. I'm working on it now. So y'all get ready. And like I said, if you're not a supporting member or a member of Gye-Nyame, because the shit she dropping is life changing. I'm about to let y'all know right now, life changing. Back to what I was saying. In African openings to the Tree of Life, the proverb that made me keep this book and hold this book and keep this book dear is the second proverb on page 7. And it says, "They who are not willing to sacrifice will not be fulfilled," said the knowledge holder. Sacrifice harmonizes through right measure. It realigns forces, said the knowledge holder. Let me read that for you one more time. This was key for me, and I want you to pick up the message, and we're going to connect it to mastery, what I was talking about mastery, and how we come from a culture of mastery, and how we have to send it into a culture of professional. And we no longer want to seek mastery. We want to seek the bag, because we don't want to do what is necessary to become a master at our craft, at what we do, and how as owners we don't want to cultivate mastery, because slave culture did not want you to become a master for yourself. They wanted you to master the skills for them. Any skills that you sought to master for yourself or for your own benefit were not allowed. So if you master building, you didn't master building for yourself. You lived in a goddamn shack, but you could go out and you could build somebody a beautiful house and bring the money back to your master, because it benefited your master. You were your master's hand. And many of us still run our businesses, and many of us still operate in our organizations as our master's hand. We don't want to take the time to become our own masters. We don't want to be our own masters, and we can't build for ourselves. But we can hold Fortune 500 companies together. We could build and we could create advertisements to take other people to other levels, but we can't do it for our goddamn selves, because we are masters rather than being our masters. We are not our masters. We are our master's hands, because we do not want to understand what our ancestors always understood, that mastery takes sacrifice. They who are not willing to sacrifice will not be fulfilled. I'll stop it right there. They who are not willing to sacrifice will not be fulfilled. What do you have to sacrifice to become a master, Brother Hatim? Time. You got to give up some of your space. And what do you give for your time and space? Your resources. You have to give those things up for a period of time. Because you still your master's hand. As a matter of fact, if you have not become your master's hand yet, you at least one of his fingers. Those of you that don't have mastery, you your master's finger. You a finger on his hand. So he might need 5 of you that are professionals. A professional is a finger. A master is a hand for somebody else. When you can start talking about mastering yourself, being able to build for yourself, become a whole person. When you start mastering and you building for your family, you become a whole person. When you start mastering and start building for your tribe, you become a whole person. You start understanding the importance of being able to focus. We got so many people in our community, so many businesses in our community that are not focused. We got motherfucking organizations where people are doing 5 and 6 motherfucking jobs, rather than getting good at the one that they was brought in for. And many of us work for we know these organizations. And you know, a lot of these organizations are poisoning our community because they will not allow for you to demonstrate mastery before your children and before your community. You demonstrate your ability to be a good hand. That's what you demonstrate. So, it benefits not the system for you to become a true master, and for you to truly understand what mastery is and what it can do. It's not beneficial. They don't want you to believe that you had a time to become a master. They want you to fear getting the gray hair. They want you to believe that you're missing out. Let me tell you something. I've been on the path for a long ass time and still have not achieved mastery, but I have not missed a step. Listen, I was running yesterday and I didn't even stop. I just looked up at the clouds and I was able to run in the woods, and I had my little girls riding the bikes in front of me and they were safe, and I could do nothing but thank the Creator and praise my ancestors for putting me in such a position. And I thought about it, I said, damn, I'm like, as far as blood, my oldest son and my youngest son are together right now. They grandma. I said, oh God. I said, yo, and all this is a result of the pursuit of mastery. All this is like me being, it's almost like single-minded because people can't even understand. Because like I said, even when I'm doing something else, I'm doing it for Gye-Nyame. That's what fucks people up. All the way from high school, all the way up to now, I have found ways to interweave what I do with what I get paid for. I found a way to interweave who I am and make that work and make that valuable enough so that people would pay me, and at the same time I would be able to bring in other elements of myself, of my culture, and get them to receive benefits as well, so that we could parlay all that together so that we could build. I have been the same way since high school, and if you don't believe me, find motherfuckers that have hung around me. Brother told me the other day, he said, man, you always been focused. They come around me, people when I met when I was 19 years old, be like, man, you always been like this. This is why you can't get along with women too long. You sitting up here studying culture when they want to go to Niagara Falls. Take your woman to Niagara Falls, huh, Tim? You horrible with women. While we was out here chasing women, you was doing splits and practicing kicking shit and reading books. What's wrong with you? That's why your relationship ain't working. Say, yeah, okay, bro. I got you. You know what I'm saying? And I thank God that I have individuals in my life that can say shit to me. And that can recognize that shit. We appreciate you all. Let us help you. The other parts of life that you might have missed. But I even missed them. And that's the point that I'm trying to make to you, family. Listen to me. We need to slow down. We need to seek mastery. We need to find our home. We need to find our tribe. We need to build everything. And trust me, everything around you, you start incorporating your tribe, your family, yourself into it. Everybody around you will get the benefit. When you start moving towards mastery, get other people to move towards mastery. You free them from the mental plantation, so they no longer are their master's hands, and they become the master. And with that, my rant is done. We are. And as they say, as they used to say, class is dismissed. Let's get over to this toast. Let's get to this toast. Hold on, y'all know I